This is dat-man-dooley, but I really go by Abdullah Skandari. And you ever been in that moment of time when it was all on the line? That moment is now. Crunch time.
The inbounds pass comes into Jordan. Here's Michael in the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win!
The Bears are who we thought they were.
Here's LeBron James. He headshot. Fire!
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, dat-man-dooley, back again for another Crunch Time podcast, okay? You know, I'm really juiced today, though. Let me tell you why I'm juiced, ladies and gentlemen. I'm juiced because it's Super Bowl Sunday, and I'm ready to rock and roll. First and foremost, I got Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let me just get that over with right now, even though you guys pretty much know where I stand. Okay, I got Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking care of business, okay? Beating the young kid Mahomes in the Super Bowl, and Sir Tommy, Teflon Tom, running away with gold once again for the 7th time in his career. Okay? That's what I got going on, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm not here to talk about that today. Let me tell you what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about two of my favorite players just being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Okay? First ballot players, okay? You got Calvin Johnson, Megatron. Then you got Charles the Man Woodson, C. Wood, one of my most favorite DBs to ever play the game of football. But he does it all. He doesn't just do DB. He does corner. He does nickel. He does receiver. Okay? The man does punt return and kick return as well, if need be. Okay? So, that's just how I feel about that. Okay? Now, I just want to talk about their stats, man. Let's go start off with Megatron, okay? First of all, Calvin Johnson is probably the biggest specimen at receiver we've ever seen. When you talk about the size on this man, then you talk about the athleticism to go with the size. We've just never seen a receiver like that in NFL history, okay? Calvin is a great receiver. I'm sorry that he had to retire early. He should have still been playing now, okay? If it wasn't due to the Lions and how weak their franchise is and how abysmal they've been as a team, as a unit, I think Calvin still would have been playing. The fact of the matter is, playing for the Detroit Lions takes out the fun of playing the game of football, okay? And once the fun of playing the game of football is out of the mix, things just don't mesh anymore. Okay, so that's what I think happened to Calvin, just like happened to Barry, okay? Barry got tired with the Lions and not going to the playoffs. He got tired of that, okay? So what he decided to do was say, you know what? I'm done with the game of football. I'm just done. That's what the Lions do to greats. Can you believe the Detroit Lions have had arguably the best receiver and the best running back ever to play football on their franchise and have only made the playoffs once or twice each with those players on their team? That's just a disgrace from Detroit as a unit, as an organization. Okay? Step it up, boys. I expect better than that, okay? But anyways, let's get into the stats, man. You're talking 135 games, okay? 731 receptions, 11,619 yards, along with 83 touchdowns. Ladies and gentlemen, this man was a show. Okay? He was unstoppable. Not only could this kid run the deep route, he could run the short route and take it deep. It doesn't matter. He could take the deep route and take it short. Okay? Right. Basically what I'm saying is, the man could do whatever he wanted out there, okay? He was unguardable. Okay? He's too tall, he jumps too high, he's too fast, he's too strong. Okay, so arguably, he is the best receiver of all time, if not the hardest to ever guard. Okay, and it's been 5 years, but true fans never forget who this guy is. I'll never forget who Calvin Johnson is. It was so sad to see this man retire. You know, this man had, put it this way, honestly, Calvin wasn't supposed to be retiring until about now. You know? So we missed out on about 5 more years of him. He would have had about 20,000 yards by now, receiving, you know, especially if he would have went to a good team. Could you imagine if Calvin Johnson went to a good team? That would have shook up the league. You know, that would have shook things up dramatically. okay, if he would have went to a team that was a factor back in those days, you know. But we never got to see it. But I'm happy that this guy's getting into the Hall of Fame because he deserves it. He's one of the best I've ever seen. I remember his Georgia Tech days. I remember him at the NFL Combine clocking that 4.35. And all everybody could say was their mouths touched the floor like they were speechless. You know, why is this big of a man running that fast? You know, it's like, it's unexplainable. Obviously, one of the best specimens we've seen at athlete in a long time, okay? Calvin is so scary, we still haven't seen an athlete like Calvin in the league today. Nobody is like Calvin in the NFL, in today's world. Not one player. And I'm willing to debate that right now. If Calvin was in the league, he'd be the ultimate stud. Like, there is no if, ands, or buts about that. That's just what kind of dude this guy was, okay? So congrats to him. He deserves to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I'm glad I'm alive to see it, okay? So, now, on to my boy C. Wood. Ladies and gentlemen, let's really get deep onto C. Wood right here because he had one of the best careers in football ever. We're talking about a guy who won the national championship in college. The only defensive Heisman Trophy winner ever. Ladies and gentlemen, the Heisman Trophy is an offensive winning type of trophy. Usually the best defensive players in the nation do not win it. But the best defensive players in the nation do not return kicks and interceptions back to the house 24/7. You see, this man's Heisman Trophy winning season, this man went ham, ladies and gentlemen. And if you don't know what ham means, it means extraordinary. It means great. It means fantastic, okay? It means unbelievable, okay? That's what ham means, okay? So this man went ham, okay? I'm talking the best season ever by a defensive player in college football season. Arguably, took home the Heisman, was returning punts left and right, which got him a high draft pick to the Oakland Raiders, which he balled out on. Okay, I remember his days on the Raiders, okay? Charles Woodson was a Pro Bowl corner early. It didn't take Woodson years to be accustomed to the professional game. This man was a baller. This man is a football player. This man is the definition of a football player. And I wish somebody else would disagree with that. When you talk the game of football, when you talk if you had to select one player who would be the definition of the game of football, I'm going to have to go with Charles Woodson. Okay? Charles Woodson is a great player. Okay? Super Bowl winning cornerback as well. Even though I was upset that Super Bowl, he was out the rest of the second half because he got injured. You remember that? But nonetheless, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers held it down, okay? Now let's talk about C. Wood's career stats, baby. You're talking about 65 interceptions for 966 yards, 11 touchdowns, okay? You know, honestly, this guy right here is one of the best players I've ever seen, okay? Honestly, he was just a quarterback that understood the game. A player you could put in so many different scenarios and he'd still make it happen, okay? For God's sakes, he didn't go a season in the NFL without getting an interception. He got an interception every single season he played. His career high was in Green Bay in 2009. He had 9, okay? And in 2011, he had 7, okay? But this guy right here is one of the best I've ever seen, and I just can't stress it enough. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to his family. He's well deserved of this. This guy has done something most football players can't even dream of. He's won a Super Bowl ring. He's won a Heisman Trophy, and now he's being inducted into the Canton Hall of Fame as one of the best players to ever play professional football. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't get any better than that, okay? When you talk about Charles Woodson and what he's capable of, the sky is the limit for Charles, and Charles exceeded the sky. Charles went to the moon, okay? That's where Charles Woodson is, ladies and gentlemen. He's no longer in the sky. He's in space. He's invisible. He's just on another planet, okay? That's how great this guy is. Okay, so congrats to him on getting in the Hall of Fame, okay? Just so you know another thing about going back to Megatron, Calvin still has the highest reception yards ever, okay? He has 1,964 yards. No receiver has ever had that many yards. till Calvin, and it's going to be a long time before a receiver has that kind of season again, even though it's a passing league, okay? So I'm just telling you this to let you know the greatness of these players, okay? These players are one of a kind, and they're dearly missed to the game of football, okay? Now, I appreciate you guys for being here. I had to rap about that because once I heard my two favorite players were getting into the Hall of Fame, that definitely put a smile on my face. First ballot, as it should be. Okay, so shout out to those players. They deserve it. Hard work pays off. It did for them. It will for you. Okay, I love you guys. Appreciate you guys for being here. This is Dat-Man-dooley signing out once again. Dat-Man.